Call the meeting to order. Moved by Councillor Kotick, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour 7 o'clock. And be it further resolved that council acknowledges that we are meeting in the Robinson Superior Treaty area on lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations. But we would like to pay special recognition to our closest Indigenous neighbors, the community of Bigdagon Nishnawbe and Namizigamak Nishnawbe First Nations. We wish to recognize the long history of the First Nations and Métis people in our region specifically and show respect to them today. All in favor? Carried. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
There are two. Addition to agenda item number 12-05, budget, pre-budget approvals and bony conditioner. Addition to agenda item number 15-03, staff matters.
Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none. Approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Hudson, second by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that the agenda be approved as amended. All in favor? Carried. Delegations, presentations, no adoption of minutes. Moved by Councillor Kotick, second by Councillor Keogh. Resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting held August 13th, 2025 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Keogh, second by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the minutes of the special meeting held August 21st, 2025 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. More. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that the minutes of the special council meeting held August 27, 2025 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Okay, additions, correspondence, reports and committees. Verbal updates. All I can say is we're now in September, so the buses, school buses are back out, so watch for the little ones walking and getting on and off the buses and the school buses themselves and yeah, colder weather's coming, obviously. So, okay, next verbal update by Deputy CAO.
Thank you through the chair. Pull up my notes. So just as everybody is aware, we have had many black bear sightings in the community. And we just want to assure residents that proactive measures are being put in place. We're fortunate and very lucky to have Mr. Marcel Demars, our manager of bylaw and airport services, authorized through the Ministry of Natural Resources to trap and relocate bears. Not many people have that authority, and so we're very fortunate to have them. We have one trap that has been allocated to Manage Watch, and so far this summer, he has trapped and successfully relocated 4 bears. And this is following very strict provincial guidelines, and they are all by police and relocated without harm. So thank you to Mr. Marcel Demars for keeping us safe.
Thanks, Marcel.
Additionally, I just want to mention too that there is evidence that a bear trap was tampered with. There is evidence that a bear was released. And so we just want to remind residents that that is illegal and very dangerous, and to please stay away from the traps when you do see them. And to report any bear sightings or concerns, please contact the bear hotline at 1-866-514-2327. Yeah, thank you. That's right.
Thank you. Okay, business. Moved by Councillor Kotick, second by Councillor Hudson. Whereas during this 50th anniversary year, more than ever, Franco-Ontarian flag remains a symbol of pride, resistance, and hope for all Francophones across Ontario. Whereas by virtue of the Franco-Ontario Day Act, which was legislated on April 26th, 2010, it is declared that September 25th of each year be recognized as Franco-Ontario Day throughout the province of Ontario. And whereas September 25th is the anniversary of the first raising of the Franco-Ontario flag, and it represents over 400 years of French presence in Ontario. And whereas there are more than 745,000 Francophones in Ontario, the largest Francophone community outside of Quebec. And whereas Franco-Ontarian Day has become an annual occasion to celebrate the Francophone community. And now therefore, I, Jim Moffat, by the virtue of the power vested in me as mayor of the Township of Manitowoc, do hereby proclaim September 25th of each year as Franco-Ontarian Day, and join the Francophone community of Manitowoc in celebrating its exceptional contribution to Ontario's growth and prosperity. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rock. Resolved that council is in receipt of correspondence from Confederation College regarding a letter of support for the Driving Opportunities Initiative. And further, that. Speak to this, or?
Through the chair, so we received this correspondence from Confederation College, and they're requesting a letter of support from council in order for them to try to seek further support through government resources and funding. And so we know that council has advocated for more drive test centers and for more driving tests, I guess, in the community. And instructors. So we brought this forward for council's consideration to give them a letter of support on behalf of council.
Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna add to that, today I actually met with the mayors from Manitowoc to Chapleau. And this was actually one of the items that came up, and it's the same throughout that whole area. There's not enough, testing facilities. So everybody's pushing for it. So it's great that we're supporting this cause. Okay. Okay, and further that the council of the Township of Manitowoc approves providing a letter of support for Confederation College's Driving Opportunities Initiative, recognizing its potential to enhance regional workforce development and address transportation-related employment barriers. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Keel, second by Councillor Kotick. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report FD 2025-04 submitted by Tiffany Lister, Deputy Fire Chief, regarding the Fire Department monthly report, July-August 2025. Welcome, Tiffany.
First off, through the chair, I just wanted to apologize for the late report, as it's both July and August. I will ensure that moving forward, we will get back to your monthly reports. As you can see in the report, the department has been working hard ensuring that proper training to meet our mandatory deadline of next year of July 1st of 2026 has continued to occur. We also had the opportunity to have the Ontario Fire Marshal's live fire mobile training unit here for 5 days. I have outlined some of the training that occurred on that. It was critical training for the department, as it is all live fire. We don't always have that opportunity to train with live fire. As well, you can see we have had a small increase in our calls. It, as of right now, doesn't have a specific increase by a specific type, so we are monitoring that as well. And other than that, does anyone have any questions?
Questions?
Through the chair, the mandated training, is that done in-house? Like, does the CFO come here, or somebody qualified there, to have to actually go out of town?
No, so it's a combination. So what we're currently doing is anything that we can do in-house through learning contracts. So our firefighter 1, firefighter 2 courses, We have a public information officer, we have a fire and life safety public educator that's currently being done as well. And fire officer has been held through a learning contract in the past. Some of the courses were unable to hold in-house, just the nature of the equipment and the type of course and the specifics of it for infrastructure that we just don't have. Those types of courses are done through what's called regional training centers. Our closest regional training center currently is in Oliver Caboonge in Kickaback Falls. So there are some courses as well that are mandated through more some of the legislation, the advanced officers, so like level 2s and level 3s. And currently there is no RTCs in Northern Ontario that offers those, and they're only available in the southern RTC centers.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you very much. Great report. Okay, and further that council received the deputy fire chief's monthly report as presented. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Kotick, second by Councillor Hudson, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report CS 2025-01 submitted by Trish Boileau, Director of Community Services regarding Pavilion Project, request for resolution of support for NOHFC funding application. Welcome, Trish.
Was a mouthful. Hi, thank you. So through the chair, I'm sure you guys had an opportunity to check out what I'm trying to accomplish here, but I want to continue developing the waterfront area of what we started last year with the stage. So this is the idea being we want to be able to host a lot of events down at the waterfront. We did a couple of big ones this year, like Canada Day, Rendezvous Days. We had some private events and celebrations that were held down there. It's a beautiful spot for the community to gather. But we did notice, especially with Rendezvous Days, it's tricky to attract entertainment or people who want to come and perform when we can't protect their equipment or whatever it is that they need to perform in good weather. So we would like to be able to offer that to performers that are coming and going forward and local artists. And yeah, I think it would just be a wonderful addition. It's identified in the revitalization study as well from 2021 that this is something that we should maybe look at doing as a gathering place for our town. So this funding stream came up, and NOHFC is ready to come through with 75% of the funding for this project. So just hoping we can kick in the rest here, and you know, it's coming under the wire. They're meeting in December to make their decisions. That'll come through in January, and then we would need to get this out to tender ideally by the spring, so that we could get this in place for next summer would be the goals. Pressure's on. Any questions?
Any questions?
No, through the chair, I think it's a necessary add-on to it for all those reasons that Trish pointed out. And there's, as requested, the funds we have in the NWL Community Wellbeing Fund is plenty there, so I think I'm definitely in favor of offering up that amount of money to help get the funding from NOHFC.
Through the chair, yeah, I am definitely supportive as well. The other bonus of it as well is making the stage obviously last quite a bit longer rather than being buried in snow all winter. And yeah, we have community wellbeing money that is meant for these things, and anytime you can chip in a bit to get a 75% assistance there is a win-win. So 100%.
Awesome, thank you.
Through the chair, I agree. The only question I had is answered here, and the funds are available. So I don't see an issue. I think it's a good idea.
To the chair, I'll also voice my support for this. I mean, more development of the waterfront's always good. You're absolutely right, it's a good location. And you know, as part of revitalization, holy smokes, we should move forward with doing more work like that.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so it sounds like it's unanimous, so hopefully this funding comes through.
Indeed, stay tuned.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trish. Okay, and further that council provides a resolution of support, the funding application to the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation, NOHFC, for the building of a pavilion permanent cover over the Prospector Park waterfront stage, and further that council commits to funding up to $18,250 as the township share of the project's costs from the NWMO Community Wellbeing Reserve, and further that council commits to fund any cost overruns that may be incurred as part of this project. All in favor? Carried. Perfect. Okay, where we at? Okay, moved by Councillor Keel, second by Councillor Kotick, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report CS 2025-02, submitted by Trish Boileau, Director of Community Services, regarding the pre-budget approval, Zamboni conditioner.
Yes, through the chair, the conditioner is not in great condition right now. It's a terrible condition. And so, we're having our mechanic annually kind of do a pre-op, ahead of the season, and so he caught this. And of course, he does his best to figure out workarounds, right, to, cost saving avenues. At the end of the day, unfortunately, we don't really have a choice. We can't rebuild, this particular component of the Zamboni. And we need it. It's the actual resurfacer of the ice. So the Zamboni is nearly 20 years old, like it's 2007. We haven't put a lot of money into it. We haven't needed to put a lot of money into it. It only has 300 hours on it, believe it or not. Our seasons are short, right? So I think getting this conditioner, like this will increase the lifespan of our Zamboni for ever. Not that long, but for a long time.
Another 20 years.
Another 20 years, right, of hockey and skating and all the good stuff. So yeah, we're the pressure's on a little bit because they've got one we're sourcing this straight from Zamboni. And they've got one in stock right now, and of course the season's coming up, and a couple other things to do on the Zamboni, so we want to have it in tip top shape soon. So yeah,
Okay,
that's
any
mine.
questions?
Well, just to the chair, this is a necessary repair. Free skate and hockey culture is important in Manitowoc, so fixes that one.
Ah,
I agree, very important part of the arena. Without the Zamboni, we don't have an arena.
this-
So, yeah, and I guess for the people that don't know, that's basically the whole back end of the Zamboni.
Yes,
what we're
that's
talking.
right.
So
Yeah.
that's a piece that drops onto the ice, does its thing.
Yes, and over the years and the many operators using it and it's taken a little bit. And the nice thing about this as well is we may also attract the rep from Zamboni to come. He's coming through the region anyways, so we'll get him to give our staff a little bit of a walkthrough on how to properly use and maintain it, and our mechanic as well. So yeah, hopefully his longevity will be forever, the rest of his life.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, and further that council provides pre-budget approval for the amount of $11,000 plus shipping costs to the purchase of new Zamboni conditioner using funds from the equipment replacement reserve. All in favor? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Moved by Councillor Kotick, second by Councillor Ruff, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report, admin 2025-12, submitted by Jolene Keel, clerk, deputy CAO, regarding the Commissioner of Boats policy.
Thank you, through the chair. This is before council today, as we felt it was important as commissioners to have a policy in place. We do have quite a few residents that come to us for commissioning services. And at times, some people believe that we should be able to sign anything. That's not the case. We don't have the authority to sign everything. And so this is something that commissioners can point to and explain what we can and cannot sign. And it's just more clarity for the public and to help commissioners provide proper services. If he has any questions.
Any questions?
Through the chair, the will and will not list that was in the in the PDF, is that gonna be like public knowledge there, like, or is there somewhere that people that want to commission can look at it and be like, okay, I won't waste your time or whatever, right?
Certainly when, through the chair, when we do look at updating our website, we will have a page dedicated to information about commissioner services. Additionally, we will have it available at the front desk and our policies are all available online.
Through the chair, just a quick question. What's the difference between the commissioning and notary?
Authority, so a commissioner of oaths, there's a couple of different streams that provides authority. It can be an applied for, authority. But clerks and treasurers and deputy clerks and deputy treasurers are already granted authority under the act. And, notaries are typically justice of the peace and lawyers. So they have more authority to provide information and commissioning, or not commissioning, but signing of legal documents.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and further, that council approves the adoption of the attached policy regarding Commissioner of Oaths Services. All in favor? Carried. Seven. Moved by Councillor Keel, second by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that council appoints the following council members to the Fire Chief Hiring Committee. Okay, so this is a committee that we put together when we hire a new fire chief. So, that's basically who'd like to be on the hiring committee.
I don't think I can.
I don't think we.
The one thing I did want to mention, I'm not sure it's even allowed, but would it be possible to sit in as a non-voting member of the committee?
Through the chair, that is not usually what happens with the committee. It's typically, the members of council and the CAO that.
Okay, so. So two members, I guess. Yeah, if you two want to be on it, so I can step down, or do I come in as a CAO also? Or CAO, is it 3 or 4?
Typically, it's a committee of 3 or 4, the CAO and clerk being part of that. I guess that would be a decision of council if they wanted to have 3 members. But then you have a quorum of council, and that could be clean up.
Okay,
Through the chair, I was on the last committee, so if you want to, you're welcome to.
no, I'm okay to step down on this one.
Yeah.
That's fine. So, I mean, if you, Kathy and Cody want to be in, that's fine. Let's do that then. So resolve that council appoints the following council members to the Fire Chief Hiring Committee. That would be Councillor Keough and Councillor Hudson. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Conick, being a bylaw to adopt a Commissioner of Oath policy be ready first and second time. Furthermore, be ready third time passed and numbered as bylaw number 2025-36. All in favor? Carried. Motion will skip to session. Moved by Councillor Conick, second by Councillor Hudson, whereas section 239(4) of the Municipal Act 2001 SO 2001 C25 provides that before holding a meeting or part of a meeting that is to be closed to the public, the municipality or local board or committee of either of them shall state by resolution the fact of holding of the closed meeting and the general nature of the matter to be considered at the closed meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that this meeting is hereby closed to the public as the subject of the matter being discussed falls under the following section. The first one, section 239(2)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. Manitowoc Public Library Board member appointment. One community member vacancy. Number two, section 239(2)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal and local board employees, staff matters. And third item, section 239(2)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal and local board employees, staff matters. All in favor? Carried.